is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Taking a live look at downtown Miami, it was a chilly day across South Florida, and get ready for a very chilly night. Next Weather meteorologist Shane Hinton joins us with the look ahead. Hey, Shane.
Hey there, Naja. Now, the good news for those of you who maybe are not the biggest fan of the cooler weather, we are going to slowly be trending warmer and warmer. In fact, this morning we started off at 49 degrees, which the last time we started in the 40s for our mornings was all the way back in January of 2023. Right now, you can see it is a very cool afternoon, mid to upper 60s across all of South Florida. In fact, we're going to be seeing those highs at the end of the day, only of peaking in the upper 60s. We've got another chilly night ahead, but thankfully we are warming up for the weekend for those of you who have outdoor plans. I am tracking our next cold front on Saturday that could bring some isolated weekend rain chance. So let's talk about all of that real quickly. Another chilly morning is what you can expect tomorrow. You will want to bundle up, but it is not going to feel as cold as it did this morning. The afternoon, plenty of sunshine, fairly mild. We're going to be back in the lower 70s, so it should be a sensational end to the work week. But then that cold front slides in. Don't be too caught off guard by the front sweeping through. I do think the rain showers are going to be a little bit more isolated in nature, but ahead of it, we will be warming up to around 80 degrees. Behind the front, we dry out, and then we'll be left with milder conditions for the back half of the weekend. I think it'll be actually a wonderful weekend overall. As we head to the beginning of next week, we warm up once again, but then another cold front's going to swing through the area, and that will be on Tuesday. Now, for those of you who are heading out to the Orange Bowl, definitely bundle up. We'll start tailgating in the mid-60s. By the time that kickoff occurs, we'll be around 60 degrees, and then by the time the game is wrapping up, we're going to be in the mid-50s, so go ahead and grab that sweater. As we take a look at tomorrow's low temperatures, they could be anywhere from the upper 40s to the mid-50s. I've got us at around 54 in Miami. Look at this, though. Marathon in Key West, you'll be starting the morning off in the lower 60s. As we walk you through your Friday, look at this. Temperatures in the upper 50s at around 8 o'clock. By lunchtime, lower 70s, and then we start to cool back off into the upper 60s as we head toward the evening. Afternoon highs tomorrow, I think, are going to make it into the lower to mid 70s, maybe just a few degrees below average for this time of year, but overall not too shabby. As we walk you through your Friday, can't rule out an isolated stray coastal shower, only a 10% chance at best, but look at this as that cold front slides into the area for the first half of your Saturday. Here's that 20% chance for some isolated showers that I was mentioning. The good news is we quickly dry up behind that as the front moves through. As we break down your 7-day forecast, you'll notice that we get to around 80 degrees on Saturday. Behind the front, we drop down to the mid 70s. We warm up to around 80 degrees on Monday, but then that next cold front slides through, brings another isolated rain chance, and then we'll see cooler conditions by the middle of next week, Naja.
Shane, thank you. Now to the devastation out west. This is just one of the many raging wildfires burning out of control in Southern California. It exploded to more than 10,000 acres overnight. You can see fierce flames and heavy smoke for miles.
As you can see, the only thing that's basically standing is the chimney. And yeah, now it's nothing.
An emotional return for many people. They found their homes reduced to ashes and lost everything they had. And take a look at this smoky sunrise across East Hollywood this morning. The smoke-filled sky created an orange glow, but you can see just by the side of it, the air quality is very bad. 5 wildfires are burning with only one under control. 5 people have died, and the fire has destroyed thousands of homes and businesses. CBS News Miami's Ashley Sharp has the very latest.
As far as the eye can see, nearly every home is destroyed in Pacific Palisades, where a wildfire still rages with zero containment.
It was like a vortex of embers. There was no oxygen. I couldn't breathe. I barely even made it to my car. And some people are saying I'm lucky to be alive.
Alec Gellis tried to defend his girlfriend's Malibu cottage after saving it during December's Franklin fire. This time, he was unsuccessful.
It's just not real. I mean, a month, less than a month, my lungs weren't even better from the last time.
The Eaton fire, still also sitting at 0% containment, has destroyed much of the city of Altadena, California. Around you, there's destruction everywhere you look. Satellite images show the before and after of what was a vibrant community.
We are lucky.
Juan Zaranza ignored evacuation orders so he could shower his home with water.
Because I don't want to lose my house. This house is 140 years old.
Others weren't as fortunate.
I just wanted to see if anything's left. We have just whatever we're wearing. We're wearing the same thing for the last 2 days.
2 new fires broke out Wednesday night. The Sunset Fire erupted in Runyon Canyon Park in the legendary Hollywood Hills. Crews were able to stop its forward movement.
Our house, you can tell it's next, and we're getting out.
And over the hill in Studio City, a fire off Ventura Boulevard destroyed several homes before firefighters knocked it down. But the danger is far from over.
We're throwing everything at this that we possibly can, and we're going to move through this and continue to support one another.
While the Santa Ana winds have substantially diminished, another round is expected later today into Friday. Ashley Sharp, CBS News, Altadena, California.
A second memorial service is underway for former President Jimmy Carter in his home state of Georgia. The 39th president was honored earlier today during a state funeral at Washington's National Cathedral. Natalie Brand has more details from Washington, D.C.
Former President Jimmy Carter's state funeral brought together all the living presidents to remember a peacemaker.
That was Jimmy Carter, and he grew up in the tremendous diversity of the South, and he embraced both sides.
He had the courage and strength to stick to his principles even when they were politically unpopular.
Carter's grandson Jason called the 39th president's politics ahead of their time.
Wanted to decriminalize marijuana, deregulated so many industries that he gave us cheap flights and, as you heard, craft beer. Basically, all of those years ago, he was the first millennial.
President Biden, who was the first U.S. senator to endorse Carter's White House bid, praised his character.
Jimmy Carter's friendship taught me, and through his life taught me, the strength of character is more than title or the power we hold.
Nicknamed the rock and roll president, music punctuated the service at Washington National Cathedral.
You may say I'm a dreamer.
Among the 3,000 special guests, Chuck Lavelle, who helped get Carter elected as a member of the Allman Brothers Band.
What were you thinking about during that service?
I was thinking about my friendship with him and the friendship that he had with so many people, you know, and so obvious the love that was in that room.
Carter departed the nation's capital for the last time Thursday afternoon, headed for his hometown of Plains, Georgia, where he will be buried next to Rosalynn, his wife of 77 years. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
We are working to get an update on the condition of a Miami-Dade motorcycle deputy. He was critically injured in a crash in southwest Miami-Dade. The 35-year-old deputy suffered multiple fractures in a wreck. It happened at an intersection near Southwest 152nd Street and 138th Avenue. Sheriff says a 20-year-old woman turned into the officer's path, causing the crash. All 3 Alexander brothers are being transferred from Miami to New York. It's for federal court hearings next week. Yesterday, Orrin waived his right to a bail hearing here. He opted to hold it in Manhattan next week. His twin brother, Alon, and their older brother, Tal, will appeal those decisions in New York next week. Their $100 million plus bond proposals were rejected by Miami judges. The 3 wealthy brothers are charged with forcing dozens of women to have sex with them. Today, we are hearing from one of the alleged victims through her lawyer.
There's a lot of range of emotions. She's dealt with this for so long, you know, over 8 years now. And so it's, you know, there's relief, but she's also, you know, hearing about a lot of other victims. And one of the things, you know, she had is for the longest time, she thought she was the only one.
According to the FBI, that victim is one of 42 women who have accused at least one of the 3 brothers of sexual assault. Prosecutors allege that they lured women to Miami, New York City, the Hamptons, and Aspen, where the women were drugged and raped. When we come back, tax season is here, and the IRS is letting us know when their free online tools will be available, but not everyone can take advantage. We'll explain. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Happening tomorrow, the IRS says its free file guided tax software will be available. You can access the free tool through links at irs.gov. The program only works for people who make less than $84,000 in adjusted gross income. The deadline to file your taxes is April 15th. Fans of Ulta can now get their beauty buys to their front door in a flash. The cosmetics and salon chain is just one of the latest retailers to join Instacart. It's the online delivery app. Ulta Beauty is also offering customers $10 off a $50 or more purchase through January 26th to celebrate this new partnership. And that does it for your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.